My target audience is women. Most of the people that reach out to me for help kind of sorting out a situation that they're going through in a relationship are women. But every now and then I do have men who reach out to me for my help. I always ask permission before I share these stories, and sometimes people want me to share, and I always change the name of the person that I am working with. Bobby reached out to me. He and his wife have been married for 3 years. They have a 1-year-old daughter. And before he and his wife got married, they discussed that if they had kids, that she was going to stay home because, like most parents, and rightfully so, they just don't trust people around their child, especially when their child is at an age where they can't really vocalize what's going on. Bobby has an okay job. He is a manager at a retail store. I won't say what, where, or, but he makes about $60,000 a year. And as you guys know, in this economy, it's not great. It's not bad, but that's not great when you have a family that you are supporting. And depending on what state you live in, that's peanuts. Typical family, they have a house, 2 cars. It's not a 50-50 financial relationship situation, so don't worry about that. But he pays the big bills and she pays the smaller bills like the utilities, and he pays like the mortgage and the car note and all that stuff. So about her second trimester, she quits working. They have the baby. Everything seems to be great until reality starts to set in for Bobby. The bills are billing, and the little bit of money that they saved is now dried up, and he is starting to feel the reality of being the sole breadwinner provider of the household. Now we're having to pay for diapers, and diapers are not cheap. Now we're having to pay for formula, and formula is not cheap. Now he does not have someone else's income to help supplement the smaller bills of the household. The baby is now 6 months old, and he had an honest conversation with her and said, hey, I know what we agreed on. I know what the original plan is, but things have changed. This is harder than I thought, and I would like for you to go back to work, even if it's just part-time, to help out financially. And she said, no. Now it's to a point where when he gets home at the end of the day, he sits in his car for a really long time because he's reluctant to walk inside. He says he's stressed out. He comes in the house with an attitude, and his wife, rightfully so, is asking him what is wrong. He's saying nothing because he's already had the discussion and he knows how it's going to go. Guess what his ultimate solution is? He wants to get a divorce. So, I know what I advised him to do. This is a very complicated situation because, don't get me wrong, I'm not a men's rights advocate, and I'm always going to take the woman's side no matter what. So don't get it twisted, okay? But I said, does she know that you want to get a divorce? And he said, no. And I told him, much like how you were honest before and you came to her and you told her, hey, I'm struggling, I am having a hard time with the finances, you need to have this discussion with her as well, because this is a very serious thing. And if it is bothering you to the point where you are wanting to end the marriage, then you need to talk to her. And I said, do you love her? Do you care about her? And he said, yes. And I said, okay, well, you need to have this very serious conversation with her. Let her know the depth of your frustration with what is going on. And, this is why I tell people, we live in a fantasy when we talk about having families and everything, but a lot of these people don't know what it's like until they know what it's like, until they are elbow deep in the bullshit and they're like, oh my God, this is not what I thought it would be. This is more than what I signed on for. I do not know what to do. And I said, you have to understand her side of this as well. When you've just had a baby, you are super sensitive, postpartum, your body has changed, your body is continuing to change. You have this new baby that you love and you want to protect, and you have the best for, and you've grown this bond with, and you don't want to leave it. You don't want to leave that baby with anyone, not even people that you know and trust. You want to be there for that baby, and you're telling her, despite what you have planned and what she's got comfortable with and what she's gotten used to, that now she's got to abruptly change that plan. That's scary for her too. That's overwhelming for her too. So you have to take that also into consideration. And I said, when you talk to her, here's what I would like for you to do. I said, get out a notebook. And I want you guys to sit down and go through each bill. Go through the money coming in, every single bill that you pay, down to a Netflix subscription, any money you pay to eat lunch at work, every dime on that paper. And show her the ends aren't meeting at the end of the month anymore, and say, hey, what do you suggest we do to remedy this situation? Because we're in financial trouble right now. And I said, I'm gonna be honest with you, I really can't advise you further until you come back and tell me her answers to her responses to what I'm telling you to do. I said, first, sit down, have that budget, ask her what let's work together as a team. What do you think we should do? And if it's still kind of the same as, when you talked to her last time, be honest. I am overwhelmed. I am frustrated. And this is what I'm feeling. How do we fix that situation? So that was a very roller coaster ride of a phone call, but I feel like I gave him some pretty sound advice, and he said we will have another call. He will follow up with me again to let me know how things went on when he had these discussions with her. So anyway, what do you guys think?